I mean, you've been political a lot, but it seems to be like political at a different level.
Well, it's more. It's less. It's less in your face. I don't involve myself in such opinionated issues because I've realised it's only in the last few years last 3 or 4 years that I always involve myself in things which overwhelmed me. This idea of trying to change the world. So I now focus on much stuff closer to home and something small. And really, most of the album is talking about really how I feel from the heart and how I feel emotionally and how I feel personally about stuff. You know, and Strong Enough is about a very much a personal journey.
Yeah.
Because on Strong Enough, I stopped drinking like nearly 3.5 years ago, and I went into a very different frame of mind, and realised that for a good period, for a good lot of my life, I've been quite insular and not open enough, and so I've been going through a lot of personal stuff and involved myself in some stuff which has allowed me to be less insular, and that's what's Strong Enough. And the lyric says about too long I was kind of just always doing it my way and closing off, whereas if you allow yourself to trust people, then you can actually do something even better and bigger. Yeah. But it's about having to take that step, and so that's really what it's about.
Yeah, sounds good. In Strong Enough, it was like you often sing about your way, and I was wondering what is the Jimmy Somerville way? So you've just said it.
Well, that's it. You know, tired of doing it my way. You know, it's kind of this idea that I could solve all my problems, but you know, sometimes you do actually have to ask for help.
That's true.
Yeah.
Learn to Talk is also, I think, is a very personal song. Would you agree there?
And again, that comes from the same sentiment as Strong Enough. Yeah. And it's about understanding that if you allow yourself to open up, and if you connect to your heart and use your heart and your mind working together, then you can actually be aware and be involved in much more, and allow yourself to be vulnerable, but as long as you trust in the process of support that you have. So that really is what it's about, and it's about that idea that I have found another language, I've found another way to, because I've always been very opinionated, and I was always involved in very extreme left-wing radical politics. But at the same time, not realising that what I was actually doing was being very opinionated and quite reactionary in a sense, because it was like, if you don't do it the way I do it, if you don't believe in what I believe in, then fuck off. It was as simple as that.
Yeah, but sometimes something like that is also essential. You know?
Yeah, it is, but it's about balance, and it's about understanding where it's right and where it's wrong.
Okay.
So, you know, and I guess I went through a process over the last 4 years or so that's kind of starting to understand what I need to do to be more accessible and to connect to people more, and that really is what it's about. And again, because I feel there is a generation that's going to be a lost generation about how to communicate and how to really believe in themselves and things around them and other people as well. So we're becoming a very fearful and untrusting society, I think. Yeah. And that's something that makes me sad, but I also, again, I'm very optimistic, so I believe that can be challenged.
Okay. Lights Are Shining, also somewhat. It's a very inspiring song. Also, would you say also on the same level as
it is, and I think for me, a lot of these songs are actually almost as like 30 years have gone by since a really small town boy, and the sentiment of that song was about a journey to find yourself, and so I think those 30 years. Lights again is about where that journey can take you, and just believing enough and having faith and having belief and courage will allow you to stand in the light and to actually realise, you know, that you can achieve something in you. But you have to really believe in yourself, and you have to believe in the process, and have to believe that you can do something and that you can change something. But you have to be part of something bigger to do that.
Yeah.
You know, you have to become part of a voice,
Mm.
and so you have to look around to find a connection for that, and that's really what it's about. So in a sense, it's my lyrics really have the same sentiment from the very beginning, always with a sense of searching and optimism.
Well, that's actually one of my questions, that your lyrics have become, well, not have become, but on this album they seem to be more like self-reflective, or maybe more than in the past. I don't know if you agree or disagree.
Yeah, the lyrics are reflective, but what I've understood is that sometimes when you listen to a lot of people my age who still make music, the reflective lyrics can sometimes be, oh, I've wasted my life, I've done this, or this has happened, and it becomes quite kind of, not self-pitying, but kind of quite remorseful and quite kind of like
regret or something.
And I realised that no, actually, for me, I've understood that this is about realising that I can still be optimistic, and that I don't go into self-pity and I don't go into wallowing in regret, etc. Because that has passed. I can't do anything about that. The lyrics now are more about now and the possible future, and how what I can try and sing about to maybe encourage someone to think about the now for their future. Because even though it's coming from me again, the same as Small Town Boy or other songs, I always try to do a lyric that someone can actually attach their own feelings to, and their own situation to, you know. And
that's an art in itself, you know, to get people's hearts
pounding, to connect to people, so you can connect, and you know. This next song is Some Wonder.